Do you guys like horror movies?
You're up. Great. How are you feeling? I said, how are you feeling?
Do you guys like scary mysteries?
Can I use the bathroom? It's been a long drive.
It's over there.
Thank you.
I'll get some chips.
Then check out the new movie that I directed and I wrote called An Angry Boy and join us for the exclusive online world premiere, which is only available through Kickstarter. Links are down in the description below. Welcome guys to Twisted News, where we cover some of the most freaky and strange stories happening all around the world. I'm Andy Fitzgerald, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. For today's episode, we're going to Northern California to let you know about an ongoing abduction case, the one about 16-year-old Kiely Rodni, as well as the story of a man who claims to have no recollection of committing the terrible crime of murdering his wife. If you guys are new here or a fan of the channel, then please subscribe and click those notifications so you know whenever we're posting new content, and follow us on social media in the links below for even more content that you won't find here on YouTube. Now, get ready for Scary Mysteries Twisted News. Number 1. 16-year-old abducted. Parties and gatherings are supposed to be fun and exciting, with carefree crowds enjoying the vibes and ambiance. But it's a scary thought to think that not everyone who goes to gatherings or parties has fun. Some head there with sinister plans in their minds, while others use these big events as a last hurrah before they disappear. This is the mystery that surrounds the disappearance of a 16-year-old who attended a huge gathering in her town. Kiely Rodni, from Truckee, Northern California, initially planned to go to Reno, Nevada with her mother, Lindsay, on the evening of August 5th. However, the teenager changed her mind and her plans during the day, and Kiely told her mother that she'd instead attend a senior farewell party happening at the Prosser family campground, also on that Friday. Locals describe the campground as a well-known location where teenagers go to hang out. Even parents consider the spot a safe place and space for their kids to go to. However, during that party, the campground was not only hosting local partygoers, but also other teens and young adults from other nearby schools and communities. It was later revealed that the head count there may have been around 100 to 300 in total. During that evening, Kiely texted her boyfriend, 16-year-old Jagger Westfall, that she was going to head to the party. Jagger later shared that his reply to her was to be safe and to avoid doing anything stupid. At about 10 that evening, Jagger was still in contact with Kiely. He shared that he was texting her about something that had happened to him during the day. He shared that Kylie's replies were very empathetic. However, that was the last message Jagger received from Kiely, and that was 10:30 in the evening. While at the party, Kiely and 3 friends met up. One of these friends was Samantha Smith, who was 18 years old, and she was supposed to get a ride home with Kiely. However, as the night wore on, Samantha became aware that Kiely was also drinking and figured she might not be in the best shape to head home with. According to Samantha, at about 12:30 in the morning on Saturday, August 6th, Kiely called her and exchanged good nights and an I love you with her friend. Samantha also told her to get home safe. Little did she know that this conversation would be the last one that anyone would ever have with Kiely again. The following morning, Kiely's parents and friends became concerned about the teenager's safety and whereabouts when she had failed to show up for a hiking trip with other friends. Authorities from the Placer County Sheriff's Office started to investigate her disappearance, and their investigations naturally started at the campground, but they soon learned that Kiely's vehicle, a 2013 Honda CR-V in silver, was also nowhere in sight. They also discovered that sometime after midnight, Kiely's phone had been out of service, noting that the possible last contact Kiely made was that call to Samantha, later which she shared with authorities. This then prompted the investigation to be tagged as an abduction. Investigators believe that this may be plausible because Kiely was intoxicated and vulnerable. If she had attempted to drive home, it was likely that she couldn't have gotten too far or would have been in an accident which would have been reported. Because she was nowhere to be found and there was no accident, the possibility that someone was involved in her disappearance seemed difficult to dismiss. In an interview, Jagger shared that he and Kiely's father actually taught her different ways to get out of sticky situations, as well as how to defend herself, which fueled his belief that Kiely was still alive and well. Very recently, though, a car that was submerged in Prosser Lake near the campground was discovered, and inside were the remains of a human body. Authorities then said it was most likely that of Kiely's, and an autopsy since then has determined it was in fact her. While the speculation that she had been abducted proved to be false, as this was now determined to be an accident, it's thanks to the tireless search efforts of many people in the community that Kiely was finally recovered, be it under very tragic circumstances. Number 2. Man Can't Remember. Marriage is a union of two people who have chosen to spend their lives together, to live for better or for worse. Just with that line alone, married couples are expected to stay and grow old together, despite the challenges that may come between them. Yet, though, this isn't always the case, as there are also stories of many failed marriages where either one or both of the couples suffer through different forms of abuse and other plausible grounds for divorce or annulment of marriage. A Singaporean couple of 27 years regularly went on holidays, usually multiple times a year, one of which always included their 3 sons. In the latter part of 2021, Fong Hert Fong and Peck Ying Ling, known as Evelyn Peck, both aged 51, went on a European trip. In December, they were in Newcastle, England, staying at the County Apart Hotel. Their eldest son also lived in the same city, attending a university. It wasn't really clear when exactly the argument started, but somehow conversations regarding a disagreement were being exchanged by the couple. According to Fong, these conversations started after a hospital visit he had while they were in Inverness, Scotland, earlier in their trip. These conversations eventually led to arguments. Evelyn was insisting that they cut their trip short due to the health conditions Fong was suffering from, and apparently, Evelyn kept nagging at her husband, which somehow led to a tragic event that not even Fong could remember. In the early morning of December 6th, at around 7 in the morning, police responded to a call at the location. They found Evelyn lying on the bed, her head covered with a pillow and her legs dangling off the edge of the bed. She wasn't responsive, and she wasn't breathing despite attempts to resuscitate her, and she was then pronounced dead at the scene. During the investigation, authorities learned that Fong, during the argument, might have lost it and smothered his wife with a pillow to stop her from nagging, and this was also what the prosecutors believed. However, Fong insisted that he doesn't remember this happening at all. According to his statement during the trial, he found himself on the sofa, and when he got up, he saw Evelyn on the bed with a pillow over her head. When she was unresponsive, that's when he called the police. And it was also after this horrifying incident when Fong texted their eldest son to let him know that he hurt their mother and that she's dead. The rest of the message allegedly included, "I just lost it. I tried to cover her mouth to shush her. I just lost it." Within 24 hours, Fong was arrested under suspicion of murder and then was charged with it. He initially pleaded not guilty, with the trial starting on the 1st of August of 2022. However, after just 8 days, Fong changed his plea to guilty. Despite claiming not to remember what exactly happened, as well as him doing it to stop Evelyn from nagging, he accepted that he did cause her death, with the speculation that he must have blacked out and lost it and smothered his wife with a pillow. On August 12th, Fong received a life sentence with a minimum of 12.5 years in prison. He also faced the fact that their sons have now lost both their parents because of an argument that he still claims to not remember. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that, then check out some of our other videos or check out our Scary Mysteries podcast. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you soon.